Hi, and welcome to episode 14 of Wellness Possibilities with Monica Fuss. I'm Monica Fuss, your wellness coach and sailor, helping you and your referrals to sail to the smoother waters of healthy living. And the way we're going to be doing that today is sharing with you part one of a series that I'm going to be calling Wellness Possibilities Toward Fixing Your Food. So in part one, we're going to talk about cutting back on sugar. Now, I don't know about you, but the thought of giving sugar up totally cold turkey just sounds really scary. But I want to share with you some possibilities. Just think of the possibility of taking a baby step, one less sugar item a day to abstain from. And if each day for like 21 days that you gave up some sugar food, either something that's real sugary or something that maybe converts to sugar later, you would be 21 steps closer toward cutting sugar out of your diet completely. And sugar not only is an anti-nutrient, it actually damages your body. It actually, cancers live and thrive on sugar. So why not cut it down, all right, and increase your possibility of being healthier? So what I would like to share with you is when I talk to people about being a wellness coach, they usually tell me, Monica, I eat real healthy, but things that they may not be aware of, there's probably some, if they actually made a food diary of things that they ate every day and everything that they drank and the ingredients in those foods, if they like had a stew, write down all the ingredients that are in the stew. If they did that for just a week, I'm sure we could find half a dozen things that they could make some tweaks on to do it a little better. And I know I've done that myself. In fact, I've been doing that for the last, I think 6 weeks now, writing down everything that I'm eating. And it has been surprising. It's like, oh, here's a place I need to clean up. And oh, look, here's another place I need to make a little tweak, take a baby step and reduce that and increase this. So I want to help you with that today. In our society, sugar is in absolutely everything. In all the processed foods, the food companies, they actually put sugar in almost every packaged food because they want it to taste good to you, and so you'll buy more of it. And because of that, our society has become like sugar addicts. And the reason I say that is sugar is really more addictive to the brain than cocaine, so the studies say. So if you got off sugar like cold turkey all at once, your body would actually go through withdrawal as if you were getting off some drug, and so I've done that before, and I know for a week I had horrible headaches, I had major irritability, and couldn't focus, couldn't concentrate. I didn't have breakout in cold sweats or anything like that, but let me tell you, I probably came close to it. So what I want to do for you is to help you to take baby steps toward a little bit less sugar every day. And here's a reason why. And I'm not just talking about people that are overweight. I'm talking to skinny people. The skinny people get sick, but they still need to cut back on their sugar and focus on eating more healthy fats and clean protein to keep their weight up. 70% of Americans are categorized as overweight, yet they still continue to fuel their bodies 3 to 6 times a day. And where is that fuel going to go if they're already overweight? Their body can't access the fuel that it's stored, so they keep adding more sugar. So we can't burn the fats on our body until we avoid feeding our body more sugars. One way to know if you are needing to cut back on sugar, if just to kind of a little indicator, not just me telling you or somebody else telling you, but just do this little experiment for yourself. It's called a waist height ratio. So what you do is you measure your waist at the belly button level and do it in front of the mirror so you can do it level. and measure in inches how many inches you are around your waist. And then your height, take that measurement in inches. And so you're going to divide the waist by your height. And you can use your calculator. You don't have to do that old-fashioned division, okay? And you'll come up with a number. Now, what we're looking for is that number 0.5 greater or less? That's kind of the line we're going to draw, is 0.5 on that ratio. And if your ratio is higher than 0.5, you are actually at a higher risk of developing diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Kind of scary, isn't it? But if your ratio number is below or equal to 0.5, then you're considered, according to this ratio, a healthy male or female worldwide. That's kind of an average. Is like if you're 0.5 or below, then that's considered healthy. But anything over that is at a higher risk. You're at a higher risk of developing an unwanted stroke or diabetes or even heart disease. So do that little trick for yourself. I did it for myself and I was surprised. Well, not completely surprised, but I was surprised that it was above that number. So I'm working on that one myself, reducing the sugar. I've gotten rid of a lot of sugars in my diet, and it looks like I have some more work to do. So we need to get back to balancing our body. We need to find all those hidden sugars and all the fake food carbs that turn into sugar, and eliminate those little by little. Remember that we're going to do it a little bit at a time, baby steps. So if you want to burn the fat that you've developed around your waist, you can't do that if you're going to keep fueling your body with sugar. So here's some things that you can avoid little by little. So starting today or tomorrow, according to what time of day you're watching this. Okay, if you're done eating for today, I guess you're going to start tomorrow. But otherwise, start today. And do just at least one of these things each day. So the goal is to avoid all bread, crackers, grains, brown rice, any kind of rice, chips, even oatmeal, cereals, cookies, all kinds of grains, tortillas, pasta, fried foods, baked goods. All of these things either instantly turn to sugar in your body. Okay, so we want to eliminate those things, and let's just eliminate those for a whole 21 days. If you can do it for 21 days, then after the 21 days, after you've actually cleaned out your body, give your body a chance to rebalance without all the sugar and be able to start burning some fat. Once you reach your ratio, your waist to height ratio, get it down to the 0.5 level or below, then you can start adding some things back in a little bit at a time. But you get, if that's what got you to this point, you want to be really careful and slowly putting things back. So here's some more things we want to work on avoiding while we're in this first part of fixing our food, and that is avoiding flour and all grains. And what you can use instead to exchange that, you can use almond or coconut or cassava flour, a non-grain kind of flour. We want to avoid all sodas, sweet tea, alcohol for a while, all sugary drinks. That even includes fruit juices. And instead, we're going to exchange that for drinking regular tea and water. Okay, the next thing we want to avoid is all fruits, fruit juices, canned fruits, except for, and here's some things you can have. We're going to exchange all of those fruits and things that we normally have. And what we can have is Granny Smith apples, grapefruits, limes, lemons, and a moderate amount of berries like blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, okay? But just a moderate amount of those, not very much. But all those other fruits instantly turn into high sugar levels in our body. So if we want to get rid of the fat, we first have to get rid of the sugars. And so these are the things we're getting rid of. Another thing we're going to get rid of is tubers. And what that means is potatoes, even sweet potatoes and yams. And we want to minimize carrots because they all turn into sugar in our body. Also, we want to avoid anything on the ingredient label. You know, when you grab the package and you turn it over and you scan the ingredients, yeah, anything that ends, an ingredient that ends in OSE, like fructose or glucose or maltose or high fructose corn syrup, we want to avoid those. And those things, those ingredients usually are hiding in foods that we wouldn't normally consider having sugar in them, but they do, like mayonnaise and ketchup and yogurt and sodas and all those packaged products that I was telling you about. And one other thing we want to avoid is all sweeteners, including cane sugar, cane juices, brown sugar, syrups, agave nectar, honey, and definitely all artificial sweeteners like Splenda and Sweet and Low and Equal and all of those. Now, for an exchange, what you can have to sweeten in this, like the 21 days we want to get our body on the metabolism into balancing and start burning fat, is we can allow some stevia and make sure the stevia is not combined with some other artificial sweetener. Make sure it's pure stevia. So just for 21 days, or until you reach your weight height ratio of 0.5 or below, work on cutting back your sugar intake. So one at a time, day by day, get a little bit better at avoiding one more thing that's on your list. So a call to action is, if you heard something on here that you liked, now I understand nobody wants to get rid of sugar, but you want to do something to help your body in fixing the foods that you are eating so you can be healthier, right? So go ahead and like this episode and share it with a friend. And it's always much more fun being able to have another friend go through the same journey with you, so you can commiserate together and also encourage each other. And then come back next week for part 2 of our five-part series on how to fix your food to make it even healthier for you. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for being here. Bye.